I'd like to start by asking how you've been.
I've been good. Been busy lately. We picked up the proper songwriting sessions again. So yeah, been quite busy.
Oh, fantastic! That's
Yeah.
one of the things I was gonna ask you guys about. If you have any new original music coming, because it's been a while since your last album of original songs.
That's true. Time really flies, and including what we have been going through, everybody, the last 2-3 years. It's we didn't get to meet up as often as we wanted to, but we still made the best out of time and recorded a lot of ideas individually. So once we get together, then we can start working and piecing themes and riffs and ideas together. So yeah, we're on the trail now, and things are looking and sounding great. So we feel good.
Oh, fantastic! Anything in terms of how complete it is that you can say or no?
It's hard to say, but we're way past halfway at least, and now we're gonna make the next few months now to complete songs that are what we call half finished or 60 to 70% finished, and then so we are on our way for sure.
Oh, fantastic! So on December 8th, now this year, you're gonna release your first covers album, like completely covers, right? Inspiratio Profanus. So I've heard the album and it's amazing, truly amazing. There's singles out, but I would like to ask, all the songs had been done by you guys before, right? As bonus tracks and in certain issues of your albums. One of them in an EP. I think it's like Son of Fear.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So, how did you guys? Why did you guys decide to put them all together in an album and release them now?
The thing was that we had this idea back in 2015, I think, already, because we were talking about already then that we wanted to kind of close the chapter on the cover song thing and make it one release, mostly for our own sake, just so we can have everything under one banner, but it's cool for the diehard fans too to be able to access it with an updated master, updated sound. So we haven't done anything else to the songs apart from mastering it and have the volumes leveled to today's standards, basically. So and people might think it's weird that is that all you can muster for a 30 years anniversary, and that's a fair assessment. But we're still not done with the new album yet, so we'd rather have this out and then up to people if they want to buy it or just stream it or whatever, or have it on vinyl. We're not forcing anyone to buy it, so it's more of curiosity than anything else, I think, and just to kind of close the chapter on the cover song era.
That's great, and it's always good for fans of a band to own an album. I'm for one, I'm an older person, and I really love to listen to whole albums. For me, it's an important listening experience, which younger people maybe don't kind of get.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm the same way, and especially now in the TikTok era, when the attention span for most people are 15 seconds at best. It's the younger generation maybe don't have that same understanding of the physical format as we do, and that's fine. Things go in cycles, so that's perfectly understandable. But for us, who comes from the old guard, and this is a way of showing the younger generation of fans, or Dimmu fans, that this is a little glimpse into some of our inspirations and influences since the beginning, and still are, obviously.
Yeah. So how do you guys choose the songs you're gonna cover?
Well, usually we go about what about this band and this band, or sometimes it could be this song and this song, but mostly it's like it hasn't been that difficult or challenging to choose which band and song. So that has gone over really, really easy, as far as I can remember anyway. So yeah, that's it's always a challenge to keep the that you pay homage to some of the artists that has influenced you a lot, but you kind of want to do it a bit of your own version as well, but not take too much from the original. So it's a kind of like a two-edged sword, and you have to balance it right. And so that's probably the challenge,
Yeah, and I was going to ask something around those lines, because Deep Purple's song "Perfect Strangers," it's like very, like, I'm obsessed about this version, I have to tell you. Because Deep Purple
cool.
Deep Purple is I think it's one of everybody's favorite bands, everyone who is into not just metal, but
exactly.
rock and roll, right?
Yeah, who doesn't like Deep Purple, right?
Exactly, we all love it. So yeah, and how is it to get such a rock and roll classic and turn it into an extreme metal song, but still keeping so close to the original? This is what really makes it so great about the song for me,
Yeah, no, that's of course the challenge, and you want to trying to, in our case, dimmify a little bit of it, and that's why we added some of the triplets on the drums, and we added some harmony guitars, which is probably too far in the back of the mix, but it's there and you can hear it. And I mean, we had the idea even back in the early 2000s to cover Deep Purple. I remember when we were in the studio, I think it was Puritanical, and we were talking about, should we do another cover song, because we had done Burn in Hell, right? But time was running out, and I remember vaguely that it was either Perfect Strangers or Charlie in Time that was up for debate, and so it took us about 10 years to record Perfect Strangers, but we're sometimes really slow about concluding our decisions. So there you go.
Yeah, like Metal Hard by Accept, it's to me, listening to it, it was like a very telling influence for Dimmu Borgir, because you guys have this very obvious mix of classical music themes and orchestration with the extreme metal, with the brand of extreme metal that you guys practically invented, right? So this mix is your thing. So how is it that Accept influenced you guys?
Well, I think across the board, everyone in the band has grown up with Accept, and we could have obviously taken any other song from their catalog, which we like as well. The way I see it is that they don't get enough credit for being one of the main forerunners for the thrash metal movement, because if you listen back to the late 70s, early 80s, and when they did the double bass drums, and they had the aggressive riffs, aggressive vocals, and all that stuff, and that kind of set the stage for the thrash metal scene later on, just for the German and American and the Canadian especially. So it's those three scenes, they took that a bit further, obviously, and then we were influenced by thrash metal again. So it all comes like in full circle, the way I see it. And but I think doing Metal Heart, which has this obvious classical theme to it, and the way Wolf Hoffman has always included really great classical passages in songs, and the way he builds the chord progressions and write the songs, that has kind of influenced us more subconsciously than we care to admit. I don't know, but I think Metal Heart was kind of like a premonition for what Dimmu would delve into more later on on albums like Puritanical and maybe especially Death Cult, because at the time of recording Metal Heart, we were more like melodic, keyboard driven type of of a band, you know. So it was later on when we started experimenting with real orchestra and stuff that we took that classical element further.
So I like to talk about GGFH song, Dead Men Don't Rape. So it's a very, very political song, and it's about women's rights, you know, especially in the United States, where they have that whole problem now. The Roe v. Wade has been repealed, the law that permitted women to get abortions. So how important is that theme for you guys?
No, that's another thing with that song. Is like it's a really great statement. You know, the title in itself. You don't really even have to read the lyrics or anything. You just have everything in the title, and it says everything. So that was. I know there's other artists that probably has done that as a cover song as well, but for us, we wanted to do our take on it, and that was probably one of the songs of all the covers that we worked most on, you know, in terms of we had to find up guitar structures, drum structures and stuff like that. So that took us a little bit more time, but I think that we did a good demification on that track especially. So I'm really happy how that came out, and obviously the statement is obvious. So that's it's all great for us.
Yeah, because you know, do you think what do you think is the place of artists that have notoriety like you do? And just like, for instance, also Nergal of Behemoth, he does that too, to make a political statement like that.
Yeah, I think it's everything for in its place, you know. I don't think maybe artists should focus too much on politics, but at the same time, people shouldn't, or artists shouldn't be afraid to speak their minds either, because that's the good thing about the musicians and whatever other artists there are, you know, they're creative beings. So, and it's I read someone that if you are eligible to vote, then why shouldn't you be able to speak your opinion about stuff? So I'm totally against any type of censorship or anything like that bullshit. It's like I think people are should be allowed to say whatever they want. You know, it's like when you do physical harm and stuff, that's a totally different ball game. But everybody should be able to say what they want, and if people are offended, then it's the problem of the people that is getting offended. You know, you have the choice if you want to be offended or not, in my eyes.
I see. And to change the subject completely, so you spoke about working on a new album, right? Do you have any touring plans ahead? Any performances at festivals? Anything announced yet, or that you can announce now? Yeah.
We have a few festivals and one-off shows next summer, and we're coming to Tuska Festival again, which we really look forward to. So
fantastic.
Yeah, that's going to be great. We have always had a great relationship with our Finnish fans ever since the first time we were there in '97. And it's always great to come back to Finland for us. That's probably one of our favorite places to play. I know every band says that, but it's not a cliche, so I can stand behind my my words here. So yeah, we're looking forward to do some shows next year, and but we're also going to be busy with the recording of the album. So we're going to take that in turns and in between, and at least that's the plan right now. So we're going to work hard and focus a lot until next year, and then yeah, it's going to be great to finally record this monster that we're working on.
Oh, that's fantastic. So I'd like to thank you so much for taking the time to do this interview. You know, this has been a great conversation, albeit short.
Likewise.
Yeah, thank you so much. All right, and I wish you a lot of success with your old and new fans with this compilation of cover songs. Okay.
Thank you so much for the interview, and hope to see you in Finland next time.
Okay, thank you. Bye bye.
All right, bye bye.